Right, back in the shed, and it's now forks. I've just got some new seals to go in there, and these O-rings. Yeah, because the original, well, the forks that this bike came with were the wrong ones, so I managed to pick these up, which don't seem to be in too bad a condition. And obviously they are the correct ones for the bike, so yeah, I just need to replace the seals in them, maybe clean them up a little bit. I don't think they're actually too bad, not for a sympathetic restoration that I'm doing anyway. Yeah, so let's get on with it. There are two, I think maybe three different types of forks fit to these bikes. Well, there's two basic types. Got the external spring ones like these, and the internally sprung. I don't know which ones would be easier to do, but yeah, pretty much the same, I guess. Yeah, that's how easy that come off. So there's that part. There's this plastic inner piece. The actual spring. And this chrome cover. I think some of these have a rubber gaiter on. Certainly the Scrambler ones do, for the CLs. This one has the shrouds, the metal shrouds on, which I've got. Right, so first thing, I'm not sure there's any oil in this, but I'll drain that out first, or check, see if there's any in there. It's a bit manky. Possibly some in there, looks of it. So there's something to drain that into. Well, water, that's what's in there. And not else, but looks of it. Yeah, wonder what condition that is going to be in. It's a bit sludgy around here. Right. Yeah, strange. There is a snap ring in there, by the looks of it, somewhere there. So I'll just get the circlip pliers on that. Right, let's try that there. Couple of fat hands in the way now. Right. I don't want to come out of there, do it? Well, there we go. You probably didn't see any of that because my hand was in the way. It's really difficult to video some things. Yeah, so that's the snap ring anyway, and there's the oil seal. So we should be able to hammer this out of here, just like that. And it's not very pleasant what is in there, so I'll clean this up and then we'll have a look at it. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. There's the old seal. Well, that's been emptied of oil, or it's kind of separated, or I've used some strange fluid in there. Yeah, not very nice. Bush. Yeah, give these a good proper clean up. Let's get the worst off for now. Yes, there's the lower bush. Didn't seem to be any play in these, so I think these will be okay. There's no play without any oil. Should be even better with some oil. Yeah, it's all pretty nasty. Some kind of damper. Oops. Yeah, some kind of damper in there or something. I'll give these a good flush out, I think, before we go any further. Right, strip this further. There's a screw in there, which I guess holds the damper in place. So I'll just get this in the soft jaws. See if I can shift that. It might not come undone. Sometimes they don't, but I'll give it a go. It's not very keen on coming undone. The impact driver don't want to. I only really want to take it out to clean it. Let's see, look at the muck in there. Might just try getting some paraffin down there, see if that'll sort it out. Can't think of anything else that would flush that out of there. Because that doesn't want to come undone. Well, I probably would if I could support it in such a way and stop it twisting at the same time. Yeah, think about that. Right, giving them a good clean as best I can. Couldn't get that screw out of there. I didn't want to try. Oh, sorry, couldn't get that screw out of there, which holds the damper tube in place. Would have made it easier to clean if I could have got that out, but I didn't want to push my luck with that screw too much, so I just cleaned it as best I can in situ. This got some new O-rings. They are 11 by 3. That's one for each of these plugs. Right, so that's that one done. So what I'm going to do is let this all drain down, and then I'll get the new seal in, get it all back together. Just got a little bit of fork oil knocking around. I'll just use that to reassemble for this. Oh, sorry, I didn't realise I was right out of shot then. Yeah, I've just smeared some fork oil on there. So height of shed ceiling permitting. Slide that in. Next is this spacer. Again, I'll just put a little bit of oil around it. Oh, goes that way up. New seal. Again, I'll just put some, I did come with red rubber grease in the kit, but as I've got this oil sitting here, I'll just use that. Get that well lubed up, and that side down, obviously. That's actually reasonably loose fit in there. I haven't got a proper bearing tool as such, fork seal tool. I had got this old piece of cut down fork tube. It's actually off a Honda VTR, which I used to have. Had an accident on it. I see a nice little bend in the bit there, which I've cut off, so I can kind of use this as a slide hammer, hopefully. I was trying to find something a bit softer to go around here, but couldn't seem to find anything, so let's go with this. It's not particularly tight anyway. I need a little tappy tap on the top. Looks like that is there, I think. Maybe a little bit more this side. Yeah, and then we've just got fun and games with the circlip again. Should be easier putting it in than it was taking it off. Press down. That side doesn't seem to want to go in. Actually, probably would have been better if I'd have put it in here in the first place to get it off. clip in. There we go, that's in, that's in. Yep, new seal. Yeah. And while we're about it, let's just check the free length of these springs, which should be 210mm, which indeed that is spot on, which I didn't expect that to be worn anyway. The bike is only supposed to have done 13,000 miles, so that's not really a great deal. Yeah, so next thing should be getting the forks in. Right, I get ready to install the forks, which I'll put new seals in. Yeah, so these are the shrouds. A little bit of a problem. I have got the rubber and the cover which goes on the lowers, but I haven't got the rubber to go in here, which are no longer available. Also got that to go on. So what I have got is this piece of rubber here, which was actually off the incorrect headlight bracket which was fitted to the bike when I got it. So I think what I'm going to do is try and cut a piece off there and fit it in there. Hopefully it will work okay. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think this is roughly, well, it's a little bit oversized, so I need to trim it down a little bit and also cut it that way. So basically I need to try and fit it inside there to act as a rubber cushion. We'll see if that works or not. So this here is the gap I need to fill, which is roughly the thickness of that top piece. So I need to cut this a bit further down. It's a pity I haven't got an O-ring, that would work. But unless I have, perhaps I have got an O-ring. I'll have to have a look, see if I can find something, because that would actually be better than trying to, because this has obviously got a split in it, so it's likely to come out. I'll see if I can find something better than that. Right, so I have actually found an O-ring which fits over the fork tube and is roughly the right size for there. Hopefully, if that all nips up enough, that will do the job. Right, so the next thing is to get the tube in. I think I just need to grease this spring up before I put it in. Yeah, I think that does need a bit of grease on there from what I can remember. Yeah, what I'm finding is with these, when you go to install them, go so far, you can imagine the top shroud and everything is on. You can kind of get so far, but if the shroud is on there, you're not going to be able to pull the extension to the top. Now on British bikes I have a special tool which threads into the top, and you can pull the whole thing through. So I found a, getting shot, found a bolt which I'll screw into the top there. So what I'll do is remove the head, drill it, tap it, and put a bit of all thread, which I can then pass down through. Getting shot. Pass down through the whole of the yoke. Oop, get here. So a bit of threaded bar right the way down, so I can use that to pull up the stanchion to the top. Then I can then tighten that bolt. Job done. Which is how we do it on, or have done it on British bikes. I have a special tool for them. So looks like I'm going to have to be making a special tool now just to get these forks in. Yeah, it's if you've got the ones with the rubber gaiters, you're probably okay because you can get a certain amount of grip on the actual stanchion, but because of these you can't, because they're behind the shroud, and as you push it up, also you get a certain amount of pressure on there, and it just collapses, which means it's not long enough to reach the top. So it's special tool time. Just got this set up in a collet, block. I have got a collet chuck, but this doesn't need to be that accurate. Well, basically what I do is face this side off, face this end off, and drill a hole and tap it. Also means I can take this block out and get in the vise to tap once I've got it started in here. I'll just make that a little bit easier. shot? Yeah, just about. Yeah, can't quite get that to line up at the top. So what I'm going to do is put this back in, put a washer and a nut, and use that to draw it up into place. I think would be the answer, which is what I've got on my the one I use for my BSA as a draw, but it's kind of like a drawbar really. So hopefully this will pull this up into this recess on the top of these yokes. Hopefully that will then line that up. Right, 10mm. Shot there. Yeah. Right. So we'll just take the tension up on here. And do that again. That will pull through and start cranking this up. Try and keep this in the centre. Looks like that is getting there now. Need to get it into the correct place. There we go, that's lined up. The whole thing, you can't actually see what's happening. Going in. Oh, looks like that might actually be there. So these O-rings aren't going to be anywhere near thick enough, are they? If I need two, I might try two on the other side. Let's just get this one in place. And I'll get the other fork in. I'll try two O-rings on that side. Yeah, that's there. Right, I will temporarily put that bolt in, just in case. It looks like I'm going to have to drop that again just to get another O-ring in here, or stick a bit of rubber or something. That's not quite enough, unfortunately. Yeah, obviously this isn't tightened down as yet, but that O-ring just not thick enough to take up the play, take up the gap, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, so rethink that side. Let's get this other one in. One minor problem. I have got 1971 K1 what the K1, no, K2, K3 forks, top yoke, and a K4 bottom yoke, and the difference is the width between there, which is why I was struggling getting that top bolt in. Yeah, you can see there's, I don't know what, 5mm, maybe more difference. Annoying. Yeah, that's all because this bike came with the wrong, completely the wrong front end in it, and a cracked top yoke. Yeah, so hence I bought this one and these forks, not realising that they'd also changed to the lower yoke. Yeah, I was then looking at the parts book, and the only difference seems to be the K4 has this threaded boss on here, whereas the early ones didn't have that at all. Just got the lock, nothing else. So yeah, I was hoping to get the forks in today. It's not going to happen. And the only other thing is, when I do get the earlier lower yoke, is this thing going to fit in? Yet to see. Might just have to, I mean, that is probably easier to get in. Might just be a case of making some smaller spaces, something like that, to get that to work. Yeah, so that's bloody annoying, that is. Yeah, all for the sake of a few millimetre. You know, you might say, oh, why didn't you get the later top yoke? But then the forks are completely different, and the shrouds and everything, so yeah, gonna have to try and go with the earlier one.